Hey guys, what up? I'm doing a live stream with the UH men's basketball final road game of this second and final game. And currently UH is leading 64-59 off of Flynn Cameron, just as Flynn Cameron makes a layup. Good headshot, man. What's up, man?
Another offensive rebound, the 19th for UC Riverside. Highlanders within 5. 64.
It's not good. Seems like I was right. Seems I was like on my last video, because Riverside seems to have Lachlan Ulbrich seems to be that guy. And it's a goaltend on Kamaka Hepa.
Ulbrich gets the basket, and the Highlanders are within 3.
Oh boy.
This one's getting tight with 3:18 to go. Hawaii 64.
He's gotten Ulbrich is talented. I was right. That guy, he must be the guy that must be generating points for UC Riverside and making them the number 1 team in the Big West. Yeah, I guess so. Sure would like to see, because obviously we're in the final stretch. Only 3:19 remaining. This is the last media timeout. Currently, Hawaii is holding on for dear life, 64-61. And we need to come away with at least 1 win. And you know what? Last time I was proven to look a little silly, even though my predicted season, they're 5-2 right now. I thought they'd be 5-2 by this point. That's kind of strange. But I like to be proven wrong in this way. Turn this down if I have to. UH has got to defend well if they're going to come away with a split, because this was a tough road trip. I knew this from the start.
Key number here, offensive rebounds. UC Riverside 18-5. Thought there was another one earlier they didn't have it. 18-5 on the offensive glass. 21-7 in second chance points.
Those may be the 2 offensive rebounds. Second chance points. Those may be the reasons why we might, if we end up on the losing end. Currently, Riverside on an 11-1 run over the last 3:27. That's why they're down by only 3. We were up by 11 at one point. And for once, University of Hawaii didn't subject themselves to a slow start like they did at UC Irvine, and then they had to play catch up the whole time. And from that point on, all they got was frustrated. They got within 3 at one point, but they never got closer to 6 after that.
So has Noel Coleman. Bounce pass to the elbow left to Silva. Back to the basket. Missed the Bea, who's open. Silva with 17. One hands it right wing Coleman. He goes baseline. Coleman leaning in on Coleman. Goes, stopped at the post. Right wing to Bea. 10 to shoot. Bea driving. Kick it underneath to Silva. Drop step up for 2. It's no good, but he'll head back to the line.
Yes! To Silva back to the line. He's got 17 right now. 2 free throws. This is big. This is their 10th team foul. Riverside, I'm talking about. They got 10 team fouls. Hey, water polo won. Oh, no. You better hit the second. You better hit the second just to give them some breathing room. Yes.
remaining in a pivotal Big West Conference game for both these schools. UC Riverside, the conference leader, pulling off the screen. Over to Silva, short rebound, a foul. It's on Hepa. The hold.
And Hepa with his fourth foul. He's only got 2 points so far. I think it's just not Kamaka's night. Because you got 3 guys with 4. And McClanahan, now Hepa, and now more Sek. It's the tough one.
Seeing the way Hawaii has really whittled down the rotation. Foul trouble at this point. You just got to live with it.
Yeah. Foul trouble. Yeah, you got to live with it.
Final 2:42. Second free throw. Collision on the floor. Free throw misses second. Or check that. The Silva and Cameron went down. No whistle there. It was incidental. Hawaii got the board. And they wanted to wipe up the floor on the far side. Nobody is. I don't know why nobody's paying attention there. But McClanahan stops at the elbow. Turns.
But mentioning on offensive rebounds, it's 19-5 in favor of Riverside. Second chance points is 21-7. Jalen Martinez, foul number 4. Can Hawaii hold on with 2:20 remaining? They better hit their free throws. Ugh. Killian's Entertainment Shack 2001. What's up, man? Okay. Oh gosh, I'm fine physically. I'm just and Silva had to hit those 2 free throws. He didn't hit a single one.
Took the charge, and it's a turnover.
Yes. Aldrich, foul number 2, offensive foul. That's a big turn of events there, pal. That's a big turn of events there, guys.
Just got in position in time. 65-61 under 2 to play. McClanahan guarded by Hartwell. Screener on each side uses the Hepa screen right.
Aldrich is talented. That must be the guy, like I said earlier. That must be the guy I was deducing that there was a guy.
No good off the back rim. Ulbrich the rebound. He's got a double-double. Here comes Cameron the other way. Riverside trailing by 4, 65-61. Off the Ulbrich pick. Cameron in the lane. Kicks to Ulbrich. Leading it over to Silva. Hits the 2 off the glass.
Not a good transition for the University of Hawaii. Aldrich with 21.
The screen and roll UC Riverside has kind of had that in this game. And they've used that to their advantage. McClanahan inside the arc left, drives, cut off by Ulbrich, leading at the low post, goes up difficult too, no good off the left rib, a contested miss. Cameron racing ahead to try to tie or take the lead. Cameron spins, goes baseline, twists and finds Ulbrich outside the arc, between the rings to Hartwell. Hartwell off the pick, Hartwell leading back up top. Ulbrich hesitates and traveled.
He traveled. Aldrich traveled. That's turnover number 4. 65-63 UH. Riverside still on the run. They have 13-2, a 13-2 run. UH scoreless for over 2 minutes now. 55 seconds. Riverside calls a 30-second timeout.
Brought to you by Fat Boys Restaurant. Fat Boys Restaurant, where locals eat local since 1999. Visit Fat Boys today, YPO, Local Marina, and Windward. Both teams
still want to see. This will be a big statement. And you know what? Riverside is they're the top team in the Big West standings right now. They're at number 1. If UH can win this one, That's a big statement. Of course, obviously, we haven't had the services of Justice Jackson much on the road trip. He had inflammation in his knee, sat out a couple home games where they really could have used him. It's got to be. If UH can hit at least one more bucket, they might be able to put this one away. We got the 5 starters for UH out there. McClanahan with 4, Avea 4 fouls. Avea's out there. Noel Coleman, Hepa into Silva. Oh no.
But just spun it too hard off the window. Pulling, easing it forward. Guarding him. Over to the screen. Pulling uses it. Stops inside the arc. Up top to Cameron. Spins in the lane. Cameron twisting. But Hartwell, 3. Off the back rim. Rebound. Loose on the floor. Cameron's got it. Goes up for a second chance. Missed it. Now. And McClanahan's got it.
Yes! McClanahan, thank you! We might have just pocketed this one.
Hartwell had an open 3 straight away. Hawaii going for the box out, but at the same time never went for the rebound. Ball was on the floor. Cameron got it. Went up for the second chance. Avea challenge, but he had a good look and missed it.
Wow. I think you should have gotten that. I think you should have gotten that rebound, Hawaii, but still, I'm glad McClanahan was fouled, and it's over for Riverside. First free throw, good. And you see UH up by 4, 67-63, or 66-63 now. Yes! McClanahan makes both free throws. He's got 21, guys. UH up by 4. 2-possession game. This is just about over. As long as we play well in these last 9 seconds. And you know what? UH up 67-63. This is what happens when you don't subject yourself to slow starts like UH did against UC Irvine. This is what happens when you don't do that. I'm very, very proud as a UH alum for sure. Now, we're going to have to play very, very carefully. Yeah, you know that's how you know that I take these how seriously I take these games. Because I've been following the UH men's basketball team for 20 years, or over 20 years. I go back to the days of Alika Smith and Anthony Carter and Aaron Galloway. That's about 95, 96, 97. Yes! Yeah! We win it! Woo! Wow. Yes. Streak over. And for once, we stop a Riverside win streak. Phew. That's their final score, guys. 67-63.
Last time as well, he just gave a big hug and a high five to McClanahan. You can see the emotion on this team after going and closed it out. McClanahan, especially, free throws down the stretch that were huge. His 21 points were much needed tonight. But I mentioned the top of the conference. UC Santa Barbara and UC Irvine at the top of the conference. Irvine is off tonight. They play again next week. UC Santa Barbara, Cal State Bakersfield. That game coming up at 5 o'clock. You can see that on ESPN+. Our post-game wrap is coming up on the other side. It's Hawaii 67, UC Riverside 63. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
So UH splits the road trip again. This was a tough one, but we got it.
January 25th, once again at a new time, 5 to 7 p.m. Hawaii. Choose from about 100 beers and seltzers on tap. Also, Heineken and Dos Equis on special. See you at the Really Big Road Show number 7 at Growler Hawaii.
Wow.
Extra.
Jovan McClanahan, 21 points. If you guys didn't see my last video on one of my prior videos where I did the Diamond Head, where I did a recap of the Diamond Head Classic, I showed that last second three-pointer from Jovan McClanahan where he was certainly entitled to some justice after what happened against Texas A&M Commerce at home back at the end of November. That was a big win, but we got it. I'm very proud of the Rainbow Warriors. They came through with a win.
Right in the painted area. That's good. And Cody Williams making just his third field goal of the season gets Hawaii up by 8. 23-15, 8:04 remaining in half number 1. Cody Williams playing all of those minutes coming in the first half. Those are his only 2 points, but as Hawaii went to its bench, used Cody Williams, used Solar Ned to give a little bit of a boost and a little bit of freshness there in the first half as Hawaii had an advantage. Williams is able to come through with that basket. Hawaii wins 67-63 over UC Riverside. Our post-game wrap is brought to you by Cover Court IHEA, where you make the deal. And I think it goes without saying. After Thursday's loss and just kind of going through some of the challenges that Hawaii dealt with, when you talk about depth, when you talk about the challenge inside, and Hawaii faced some of those challenges in this game too. I think we can't avoid some of those numbers, but at the same point in time, Hawaii answered the bell in a number of other ways, especially its start early. That was our key factor of the game when we talked to you before tip, that Hawaii had to have a better start today than it did on Thursday. And Hawaii
that start made all the difference.
Adjustments right out of the gate were.
How did they do? They were down 2-0 early, but they jumped out to an early lead and managed to build it up. And as a result, they only briefly surrendered it just in the opening seconds of half number 2.
No team has shot worse against Hawaii than UC Riverside did today. 31.9% from the floor, 23 of 72. That's right. That's the other number that is stunning in this game. UC Riverside took 19 more shots than Hawaii did. Part of that is because they had 21 offensive rebounds. But they still could not capitalize in a lot of instances. 31.9% from the floor, 6 of 22 from outside.
Under 32% they shot Riverside, 23 of 72. And although Riverside took 19 more shots than UH, what matters the most is UH wins.
It was much better quality possessions and much better looks at the basket that helped Hawaii ensure that it would be in a better result today. And Hawaii shot it a lot better in this game too. 45.
Now you're wondering what I'm pointing at. I have my desktop right next to me. I'm going to show you guys real quick the final stats.
Hawaii's driving force. We mentioned the field goal percentage for Hawaii Not a lot of threes. They go 3 of 12, 25%, 16 of 23 from the free throw line. It did get a little squirrely with the Silva late.
Well, actually, I don't think you can really see it that well. But still,
Certainly did the job on his end with 9 of 10 from the foul line. I think some really tough numbers. White was out rebounding 50 to 37, 21 to 5 on the offensive glass.
yeah.
Minimized turnovers, 9 turnovers, however, only 8 assists.
9 turnovers. That's good. I'll take that. 9 turnovers overall. That means 5 in the first half. That means they had 4 in the second half. So Hawaii did very, very well on turnovers. They definitely took a step forward there. I know that was certainly a trouble last season. That was a troublesome area last season. But fortunately, we bagged this one. 5 turnovers this half, or first half, 4 turnovers in the second half. Riverside's good, guys. Let me tell you. We had a really, if you remember back to the Big West tournament last year, we had to stave off a turnover-free second half from Riverside to come through with the win. And that was our first tournament win in 5 years. The guy that I thought, but if there's a guy that I thought really should have done better was Kamaka Hepa. He had only 2 points. He was 1 of 5 on 1 of 5 shooting. Didn't hit a triple at all, which was a little surprising to me, even though he went 0 for 2. I'm going to listen to the coach right here.
Overstate how huge this game was, but what was the message to this team after the game in the locker room, following what was such a huge win?
I mean, you know we're a process, so it's easy to say hard to do, but we continue to repeat it. Enjoy the win for a second. Don't let the loss hurt for a second. Get back to work, and then recognize the opportunity that we have to grow. So, quick, responding from a tough loss, playing then not only responding, but then playing the number 1 team in our league at this point on their home court. What an opportunity for our guys! They gravitated. I think we led from start to finish. We finished with some key stops. Give them credit for fighting back. I mean, we knew this was going to be a battle. We got beat pretty good on the board. Some of it we got to do better. Some of it we were really trying to help with our bigs so the guards didn't turn the corner. They got some dynamic guards. But key free throws, we got to win the 50-50 plays, the winning balls. Javon the other day against Long Beach, loose ball, he gets it for a layup. Today, 50-50 ball to basically decide the game. He gets it, tries to foul, 6-2 free throws. So really proud of Bernardo's response, our team's response. We got a lot of good minutes off the bench defensively too. Cody, Zor, Moore, Beyond, and everybody's got to be ready to go. So I could be proud of them. I mean, that is a heck of a response, and after a tough loss against a really good team, and to respond with a big win against a really good team is really impressive.
Where it started too was the much better start in the first 5 minutes or so. As you saw this game progress and the ebbs and flows outside of a small loss of the lead there in that early part of the second half, what did you see from your team in kind of maintaining the edge throughout the game and not letting the game completely go away, keeping really in Hawaii's control?
Well, I just saw the look, the approach. I mean, it's like they were, and you've been with that team like that night, that next day, all business. Sometimes you feel like, oh, win this game because of this, loss this game. This guy's pretty consistent, all business. Sometimes you will. And the other thing we talked about so many lapses. I think we had some. You'll always have some, but not as many. On the road, holding the team to the 32 on their home court at 27. I mean, this team, I say, continues to do that. We came off our worst defensive game. And our second half defense, when it's really clutch time, we were 34-20 defensively. Got away with the rebounding. Obviously, give them credit. That's something we got to look at. Turn it over 9 times. We're now 10-0 when we turn over 11 or less. So proud of them. I know what we had like a quick second because
they got to do better on rebounds. 50 to 37 in favor of Riverside. That's out rebounded by 13.
Yeah, 32%. That's the best you've done defensively against any opponent this year by field goal percentage. I'll ask you one more to make sure you get on the bus. You talked about the look. Bernardo da Silva in that second half. What did you see from him that allowed him to take control of that game from Hawaii?
Aggressiveness. I mean, he wasn't playing passive. He was talking. You know, a lot of times we say the look or the spirit or the talk, it gets you going. We need to help each other in that regard. He's been fighting through things. He continues to battle, and he's been. That's part of his growth. He's a fourth-year guy, and you know he wasn't happy with the other night. We weren't. He wasn't, and he responded. And that's all you can ask for. So I'm really proud of him. I think we love where he's at. We love where he's headed. He's got a bright future too. I know he's been in the program, but he's going to make another jump.
Coach, have a safe flight,
Thank you.
and it never gets any easier. It's UC Santa Barbara on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. That's what we got next, UC Santa Barbara.
On our post-game wrap, we'll go through some of the individual numbers and more in just a moment. Hawaii 67,
Once again, 67-63. I'm very, very proud. UH in front. Guys, I'm going to bounce out of here. I'm going to do another live stream later tonight about this road trip. And thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. Even though I only have 3 guys, even though I only see 3 people on here. Guys, I'm going to head out. See y'all soon. Malama Pono.
What you doing now? I'm doing my own